Hi, welcome back. So, last time we did things a little bit differently. I was going to do something about magic item, but I think it's important that we also tackle the other way of making characters. Last time was just an exploration, where you just kind of do whatever you want. But there's another way of doing it, and that's already having an idea in your little noggin. So what I want to make is I want to make a spooky, scary Dreadman. A spooky scaryman, as they're called. Dread is kind of a cool class. I've taken a look at some of the basic features. They are awesome. They are cool. They are spadazzling. So we're going to roll 29. What is 29? It's a Poison Dusk. That's not a bad pick for what we're going with. Not a bad pick. So what is Poison Dusk? It's advanced. Not too powerful. It's nice and flexible. So we're going to get some points to Constitution and Dex. So, +2 we're not wearing clothing. That doesn't... that lies nicely. So my idea was a character who... oh, excuse me. But a black skill. Someone who's big and tough with wisdom. Depends. Let's take a look-see at Dread. What is their casting power? Is charisma. How about we take another roll and see what comes out? A 5. Such a boring number, 5. Again, the Banshee. Give me something. Give me something that inspires me. Pikyak. What do I have so far that would work well with charisma? Well, there's always the Rakshasha. They work so great, although I've never finalized the Akshasha. We're not going to go too spiffy right now. We could go with something like the common Rakshasha. They are pretty spooky to begin with. Shadowcaster plus for illusion. Is this finalized? Because it doesn't have certain categories filled in. I never fully finished some of these things, I guess. We'll just fill this as not available. Not available, and not available, since apparently I never finished them. There we go. I gotta fill in the other bits later. What will work? Because when you start with an idea, you gotta pick something that works. These are all different kinds of kobolds, nice and spiffy. Gnolls, gelatin. Those are actually templates that I plan to turn to monsters. What would work well? What would be the kind of spooky person that would move out into the wild and be like, man, I hate all you. You can all stick it up your ass! Because that's the idea I have, is... they have spooky powers, and everyone's like, oh man, I'm super spooked. And they were like, I can make people scary, but they know too much. I must leave until I can control my powers, and then I'll give them all a good spook. Something unassuming would not be too bad. Yeah, we'll just go with a Rakshasha. Get a plus to... oh, it's not intentional. Get Linguist, so we can get some good languages going. Let's pull up the sheet, and fill in a Rakshasha. Or size medium, what kind of person would be? A scary lady or a scary man? Scary lady. She'll use that charisma to get in close, and then she'll pop nightmares in your head. How tall would she be? Let's throw a couple of d6s around. Let's throw around 3d6. 13, 13. Looks like someone that's pretty long, then. So that would be 6'3". Weight. I don't know weights very well, so let's go with 150. Hair. Oh, wait, I need to fill in this. -2. We get a 2 here, and a 2 for wisdom. I'd be all for being a little bit more lax on the rules when it comes to the rolls. But let's take a look-see. Oh, yeah, I was gonna... ooh, this is a strong roll. This is a strong-ass roll, but it's not too wise. It's the part that gets me. This one. That's one. How about we do free pick this time? How about we just let... Because sometimes, some people, some DMs, you always gotta ask your GM how you're rolling. I like 4d6 in order, swap once. But I think, you know, I made a lot of characters in the specific style of just put it wherever you want. So strong 17 wouldn't be a bad idea. Strong charisma... no, wait, it was charisma that got this bonus. So we're already very charismatic. I gotta roll 1d6 to determine the level we'll be rolling with. 6. Level 6. That's nice. It's a nice sturdy level, so we're gonna get a point. How about we level up that charisma a little bit more? So we know how to talk the talk and walk the walk. Our character knows how to get close to people, but where would the other stats go? What would be good for a Dread? Now, a Dread is also a bit of a melee fighter. So having some good physical statistics isn't bad. We could focus on dexterity. Get a 17 in dexterity, put the 15 here, put the 13 here. We'll go for low wisdom. How about we stick to that wisdom? I'll put a 13 here. We're not very wise, which is why we just ran away instead of sticking around a bit. So we got some character going. Like really feel those statistics. We know we're smart enough to know to leave, but we're not wise enough to use the power as well. So that's what kind of went wrong. Is we lacked the wisdom at young age. That's a nice one. What kind of hair we have? Actually, if I have to be 100% honest, going for an Akchazar would be a little bit more fitting. Because the Akchazar, in case you didn't know, they are basically necromancers, and holy shit are they kind of cool. I like the fact their hands are on backwards. It's hard to notice, like, on most of the artwork, it's very hard to notice that's going on, but it's there. It's a very clear attribute they have. What else do we have going? We got Linguist. We're an Outsider Native. I gotta remember that. It doesn't do much for us. Outsider Native doesn't do barely anything. Okay, now let's fill in our racial features. Racial. We get a reroll reflex 1 a day. We get a very strong spell resistance, which plus HD at this point will be 17 spell resistance. Good luck. We also get a DR 5, piercing, or good, which is pretty stiff. Like, that's a pretty stiff, easy to bypass because, you know, you're gonna get in trouble. Okay, we got we got some strong diplomacy going on here. We got 2 to diplomacy and 2 to bluff. So we've already got a tongue that will just people into following along. Oh yeah, the specific form thing. We'll have to think about what kind of human form they'd eventually develop. And we get Shadowcaster, +1 illusion DC. We're also fast, so we get 40 base speed. So we're fast. We can run. We can book it if the time calls for it. If the time comes for it, we'll be out of here in no time. Now let's see, what does the Dread get in terms of classes and skills? Oh wow, 6 plus int modifier. So we're gonna move these. So we're stat boons, okay. So we got 6 extra HP. Our HD is a 8. Oh wow, we are a very strong individual at this point. Skill, that's 24, I think. That's not 24, you dumbass. That's 36. 6 times 6. Plus int modifier, which is also 6. So we got a bunch of skill points to throw around a bit. Let's take care of this part too. At level 6, we've got 4 BAB. We got weak fort saves, strong will saves. Okay, yeah, our reflex save is really strong. Our will save is somewhat manageable. Very lucky that we got this going. Oh yeah, I forgot. We need to discover our bonus points. Fuck. This is going to be a bit of a pain to find. Okay, it's somewhere under psionics. I think it's under psionics classes. There we go. We are level 6. And we have 20 charisma base, so we get 15 extra points. 15 extra on top of... 15 on top of 12. Wow. So that's 27. That's pretty damn strong. Considering that we're not supposed to have... We basically doubled our power points. We only get 6 powers, though, so we don't get to do too much in that particular class. Give us some flexibility, though. We can throw our powers around like crazy. I kind of want to make Akshasar a bit more charisma, because it really is a sorcerer. Like, make that a very strong like caster. But I like giving class a little bit of charm. Like, this is what that class originates from, where that mentality comes from. What do we get in terms of class bonuses? First, we gotta write down our feats. We get 3 feats because we are, as I mentioned earlier, we are a 6. You get one every uneven level, including 1. I know 1 is an uneven number. Now we get to write down the boring part, which is the class. We get Fearsome Insight. And we'll do the class checkboxes in a minute. We get Devastating Touch, which is a pretty cool one. We basically get to hurt people for 1d6 plus our class level with a touch attack, which is very potent. Like, we can just walk up to someone big and heavy armor and go, boo! We go, boo! And he's all like, oh no! We get some talents. We get 3 terrors. Ooh. That's a steep one. I think I'm gonna go for Nightmare Form. That's a cool one. And there's some really cool terrors out there. We also get the Aura of Fear, which is, I think, -4 in 10 feet. Minus immunity. So immunity is also cancelled in 10 feet. So holy crap, that is strong. So when you're close to this lady, you're gonna be spooked. This lady is gonna spook you. Just goes woo with all the fingers involved. So we got a pretty decent. That's not bad. It's not negatives. The will, though. The will, though, is going to come and bite. Wait. Wasn't one of them? Oh, yeah, 15, but it got lower by that. Okay. Too bad there's not more, like, +1s to go around. One thing I like about Starfinder is you get some more attribute points, but on the other hand, Starfinder also doesn't give you many more items. Although, I guess they toned it down here, too. It's kind of weird that they didn't fix it in that sense. Let's carry the class first. We get Acrobatics, Auto-Hypnosis. Gonna have to add that one myself. Auto-Hypnosis, which uses Wisdom. So, not in control of herself. That's a nice one. It's a nice little detail. We get Bluff, which I'm gonna buff. Craft. So we're focusing on a character that's not very combat-oriented, by the way. I'm gonna make a character that's about walking the walk and talking the talk. We've got Knowledge, Psionics. Again, I think in most games you want to ask your DM if you're going to do psionics and it's not like heavy, like you're the one scion in the team. What you can always do is you can be like, well, you know, you like the psionic powers and you like the context, but you don't want to be like the guy who doesn't do anything. You can always ask your DM to be like, hey, listen, I am the one fucking scion on the team. And he'll be like, okay, I'll just merge them together, like Knowledge Psionics is Knowledge Arcana and Spellcraft is Soundcraft. In fact, I think here they actually merge it already. You want to do that, because that way, you always know what you're up for. Also, if I once have the money, I'm going to buy all these fucking books, because the PDFs are a lot easier. This SRD, nice for referencing, but my god, not good for just finding and having some fun times. Perception, I probably want to put some... Actually, maybe that's how it got her. Profession, for some reasons, after stealth. What kind of profession would she have, though? What kind of profession would she have? Sense motive, that's a dead giveaway, and swim. Okay, so we got some nice selection. I think I'm going to go with use magic device as well. It's a logical one to take. So what's she good at? Well, naturally, as I said, she's good at bluffing. Since we're going for a strong skill person, let's add some skill points immediately, straight out of the bat. Not good at climbing. This not so much. 16 bluff, though. She'll talk your ass off. No diplomacy? Would have been my pick. I'm going to put some points in diplomacy anyway. Let's put a couple points in there. There we go. 10 diplomacy. She can talk her way out of problems. However, she is holy spooky scary. She walks up to you and you're like, oh no, she's a scary woman. That's a strong roll modifier. That can go all the way up to 34, by the way. And my god, let's see what 34 can get us. I don't think this one has any particular about... Yeah. I like Unchained. I like the whole concept of Unchained. What is the DC? Target's hit die. Wow! Holy shit! We can theoretically spook something that is, like, really high level and just really make it shiver in its little boots. I think... So the fun thing is, there should be a feat that makes it so that people don't become angry after you coerce them. And I'm going to take that one because I like the idea of she's really scary and she's a slick talker, so you're not going to blame her. You're not going to blame the lady. She's just trying to make it through life. I'll put a little bit of in percent. Actually, no. Let's keep it blank. Let's let her be weak. Let's not focus too much on that. Let's make just a character who's kind of going around town, having a blast. Knows how to sense motive a little bit, but she's kind of stunted by her own inability to sense it too well. Not too stealthy. Let's go for some spellcraft. Like she after the whole thing at home, after all of that, she really studied on it. Like she really went into this and went, I want to know this. I need to know this. Like she was super upset over that. Swimming, no, because she's a cat. She also put a lot of effort into learning how to control herself. Like that's where her energy went. Was figuring this out so that she didn't fuck it up again. Perform. No, actually, I think it was profession. Not perform. Yeah, it's a different thing. What kind of profession would she have? You know what? Let's go for something a little bit out of the ordinary. She's an escort. That's how she does it. That's how she does it. Could you imagine being a person who hires a lady of the night, and you're like, you go to bed with her, she touches your head, and suddenly you're filled with scares, and she's like, you're gonna give me your fucking wallet, boy, or we're gonna make this one hell of a ride! That's a great one. That is how you could meet a character like that. Is you meet him and he's like, ha, but I have a sword and I have a will of steel. And she's like, oh man. Well, guess I'm gonna have to. And she's not with the party for that reason. She's just kind of like, I need to stick with these guys or I'm gonna get fucked. Oh, cool. It actually includes all of them. Where's prostitute? A porter, a sailor, a scribe. Actually, let's pick one of these then. Let's see what we can do. Midwife. You can be a fucking midwife. She's gonna scare all the fucking... Courtesan. There we go. That's the word I was looking for. Courtesan. She's pretty good at it. She's walked the walk, she's talked the talk, she winks the wink. And she's an escape artist, because you never know. There we go. That's a nice little laid out thing. Let's roll our HD. We get 5d8, which would give us around... Oh, we got a bad one. We got below average. We got 21, so 29, because we get our base. She's not the most durable lady out there. At this point, I think most bufferier classes probably outdo her because of all the constitution bonuses, but hey. She stands on her own 2 feet. What else do we got? Oh, yeah, we got a whole bunch of stuff to figure out. First and foremost, let's figure out the dreaded terrors. I like nightmare form a lot. I love the idea. Okay, so what's ectoplasmic form exactly? What does it exactly do? Ectoplasmic form. You and your gear become trusted limits of ectoplasm. Oh, wow! Oh, that's spooky! Oh, no! The courtesan is turning into a goo monster! That doesn't sound very good. I cannot physically attack. You lose your supernatural ability. You can't speak on ectoplasmic form. You can't run with you. Oh, wow. She's a flying wad of goo. I like that. I like that idea. That's one way to leave a house. It's like, who can prove she was ever there? She left through the window and literally left goo all over the place. Still, though, I like the name of it. Nightmare Touch. Did we get that one by default? No, that's an upgrade. We only get to level 10, so we can't do that quite yet. Level 15, persistent nightmare form. Oh, wow. These are all, like, a lot of these are, like, pretty high level, which is annoying. I wish they would put it, like, in the header instead. That way you instantly know what you're up against. Concealed Nightmare. Yeah, see, like, 15. Oh, heck, I like that one. Horrible Strike. That's a nice one. That's a real one. And an Invigorating Fear. She's a terrible person. She's awful. She's a terrible, terrible person. But can you blame her? Her powers are tremendous. She's incredibly powerful. At least that's what I like to imagine. She doesn't fight. She doesn't want to fight. But she's got ways of making it work for her. It's like when she does get into it, she enjoys it. But that's kind of it. So more of the time, she's like, again, she's the face. So I'm not going to give her any particularly large weapons. You might say, well, that's not... Listen. You can have a GM who's like, hey, let's do a campaign where fighting is sort of auxiliary. That's one thing I don't like about Starfinder, is it really feels like combat isn't supposed to be something you do at all. Like, the way stamina works and all feels kind of... It constantly makes me frown a bit and me go, what's the point? Anyway, we got a bonus feat. Bonus stage. Disciple of Fear. Open door? What the fuck kind of feat is open door? I'm a Disciple of Fear. Oh, that's awesome. I want that one. That's awesome. Oh, no. I know what this is. I know what this is. Yeah, this is a practice spellcaster. So that exists in case you're one of those fucking weirdos who multi-class. You shouldn't really be multi-classing in Pathfinder anyway. Pathfinder's a lot more. You want to use an archetype? I gotta have Psychic and Psionic Endowment. Great. What does it do? Okay, well, these are really kind of shitty, because you really gotta want to have them. These are kind of things you gotta want to have. I don't even know what Mind Lock is. Let's look it up. Order of Fear is pretty obvious. There's the talents. Oh, wow, we get 2 free talents. Which is done because no one gives a shit about the lower level ones. Oh, that's awesome. She gets an Intimidate bonus of 3. Oh, she's so spooky. Oh, no! Ooh. She doesn't even have Mind Lock. we'll just put that off to the side then. Oh my god. That's so harsh. Devastating Touch is a touch attack. Melee touch. It does 1d6 plus 6 plus 5. That is a painful touch. I don't think it does criticals, but since it's a touch attack, I think it does. Type is untyped. It doesn't weigh anything. Ammo notes. I need to look up that terror I picked, which I think was Horrible Strike. Oh! Oh, she already just gets that. She just gets that. At this rate, she doesn't really need a weapon, does she? She just... Which kind of makes sense. Like, I like the idea of that. Like, the whole point is that she just pokes you. She just gives you a little poke, and you're like, no! You run, and the point is you're supposed to run away. It doesn't mention how this is done. Or whether or not it can be channeled through a weapon, so we'll just assume it can't be. What kind of are there? Okay, we get daily uses of terrors. Oh wait, there's daily uses of terrors to consider. That's probably what limits it. Oh yeah. How did you get? All terrors. Okay. Okay, so channel terror. What is channel terror? Oh! Mindlock terror. Oh. I don't care about that. Mindlock terror. Channel terror. How many times is 6 per 5? 11 a day. So 11 times a day she can really seriously just make you spooked. That's nice. Immunity to fear. Wow. But not when you're dead. When you're dead, you can get really spooked now. I don't know, that just sounds stupid. It's like, oh, you lose this when you're dead. I'm like, when I'm fucking dead, I'm not going to be scared because I'm fucking dead. What am I supposed to be scared by? I'm literally shaking Satan's hand now. That's actually, well, she's evil. Let's make that one thing clear. She's evil. She's neutral evil, so she's not the most agreeable person. But I imagine, again, the whole point is that when she's on the team, she's like, well, these guys have huge swords, and there's more than one. She's good on one-on-one fights, because she doesn't fight. The point is, one-on-one, she can stab you with a little finger and go, bleh! But once she has to deal with multiple opponents, she kind of loses one of her edges. So she's like, hey, you take care of that, I'll take care of the talking, you do the walking. You know, that kind of stuff. I might go for skill focus, or something that gets some class skills. Because I do want to add a few. I think I want to add at least diplomacy. Maybe praise. I mean, she is a courtesan. Or fly. I don't know why fly. Fly is something you gotta want because you can do it. Yeah, I think that's the only one I really got. And then maybe a praise. Throw some praise and switch a skill point around. Maybe from intimidate because she's so good at it that she doesn't train as much. She's like, I'll just let my natural training take the work out of my hands. She's very dexterous though, so she probably okay. What kind of proficiencies do we get anyway? We get simple and martial, light armor. Okay, so we're pretty limited in what we can pick in that respect. But level 6, we get a good budget, so we can buy some good stuff. Martial weapons though, I think I'm gonna work with that. I think I can work with that. Give me a minute. I'm gonna look something up. I forgot to turn on the auto repeat. Something I'm gonna have to remember to do. So we can pick martial weapons. Let us pick a martial weapon, shall we? What kind of weapon would you be interested in? Well, I could spend a feat to get a proficiency in something. That's always a good idea. Is to consider a weapon proficiency that they would logically be interested in. Like something that conceals these. Like the spinning sword seems like something she'd use. It's a scary weapon, and you can hide it as a belt. I think I'm gonna go for that one. That sounds like a good weapon. The spinning sword. We'll add a proficiency for that. As sword proficiency. There we go. I opened up these, which will give us access to the features list. Yeah, I think that's a Rakshasa, yeah. Might as well be. No, Rakshasa are actually completely furred. They don't have bare minchists. What I'm looking for. I forgot what I'm looking for now that I think about it. I also need to pick out some psionic powers at some point. Let's take a look at what kind of powers we get. We get 2 free powers, so that's nice. What kind of powers would she have? I don't know. Let's think about it. Okay, we can pick up to level this. How many do we get? We get like a couple? We don't get many. We get like 6, yes. 6, and we get to pick 3 powers on level 2. So we're kind of limited on what we can really do. Sidestep's not... no. I want to look for something that works for her character. Sustenance makes sense. That's something she'd probably use. Keep her alive. Sidestep and deflect. Because she isn't very... If there's nothing... Wow, so you just get to say, I cast this! And you just fucking... Bam! Step out of the way. Concealing Amorpha. Yeah, none of these really... So this is really just for sort of the okay. Mind Thrust. That's a nice one. I really like Mind Thrust. Too bad Mind Thrust is a negation on will save. But considering the DC is essentially super fucking high. Good luck! Good luck! We get 2 of these, which I'll just pick. Because it's never really worth going for these too much. Concealed Thoughts will be a good one. Terrifying, unearthly terror is just fucking... It's just logical she'd have that. So what does it do? It becomes shaking for duration of the power. Oh wow, that actually lasts a while. Oh. I was looking for something, but now I forgot. See, this is... I should just make notes on what I want to think about. Because... I don't want any of these. I don't really care too much for these, for the skill bonuses like this one. I don't care about these. It's like, I can see when they're fun and useful, when you really got something you want to go for, you're at early level and you really want to get some bonuses. Okay, this is what I was looking for, a skill. Okay. That's nice, but that's not... Okay, so they don't have, like, a skill synergy. Weird they put that in Starfinder. Like, it's a fun little skill, but it doesn't really work in Starfinder because so less of it is, like, maneuverability. She doesn't have any ranged weapons, which is fine. She has Mind Thrust, if anything. Yeah, I need 2 feats. Have the advanced player guide here, right 2. Any feats here that inspire? I'm not gonna go for psionic feats. It's a lot of trouble to look through. Oh, 2 additional character traits, really? Cosmopolitan. No, I don't care too much for that. How many languages does she get anyway? Not many. Not many. She also doesn't have a linguist. Wow, Dark Vision increases. Neat. Mm-hmm. No, Trickster. Iron Guts. Iron Hide. No, I don't like any of these. I like leadership. I like the idea of her eventually getting leadership. It makes sense. Like, she's been with the party for a while. She's getting some experience. Like, she's gotten places. Naturally, she'd be like, hey, I want my own. I want an apprentice. Like, I want someone who can take the fucking blame for me. That kind of stuff. Magical aptitude wouldn't be bad. I guess it technically kind of is. When the fuck does this play? I'd probably say, like, the Shang part. Oh, I like that one. I like Step Up. Step up, step down! To the left, to the right. I think I got my character worked out, like, mentally. What I want to do, or what you're gonna be. Okay, let's look at equipment again. So we got our weapon figured out. We'll just say it's a +1. That'll probably fit in the budget. +1. It's 1d6. 1d6. +1. It is a melee +1. Actually, we could give her weapon finesse. That wouldn't be a bad one. Because that would affect both of them. And would effectively make her insanely accurate with Devastating Touch. And yeah, she'd have like a 9 on attack rolls, which is pretty damn high. Any bonus? Oh yeah, it has that 19 to 20. Her range is 10, which is inclusive. It's slashing. The weight of this weapon is... Any notes? Inclusive reach. No sleight of hand. Would have been a bad one. Oh, that's what skill focus is. Skill focus is just you get the class skill. Huh. Okay. Armor. Gotta think about armor. What kind of armor would she be wearing? Presumably probably not something that would look too obvious. She already has insane dexterity, so folks are gonna need something that lets her dexterity breathe. Is nice. Leather armor! That's a nice one. Let's go with leather armor. Leather armor, we'll say it's +1. Let's not worry about the deets too much. That'll be bonus of 3, max dexterity of 6. It's masterwork, so no penalty. Spell is 10%, but doesn't affect her because she's a psionic caster. 2-inch material that's a relevant type, but the weight is pretty relevant. The weight is 15. Heavy stuff. Type is light. Okay. Normally the equipment is where you really start to feel the burn of your things, but not here. So that's a nice way to build your character from a class perspective, at least. Look at that. That's got something going for it. Might go with dodge. I don't know though. I kind of want to do something that has a little bit of buff to a skill. Like I could go for like strong intimidation. Like she could just fucking make you spooked. Oh no! Now I know what to do. I want to find that skill that did intimidation. Was that only in, I don't know. I think it might not be in this game. Might be another one I'm thinking of. Let's pull up the D&D tools. Oh, they're called Intimidate. Whoops. No, it's still called Intimidate here. That explains why I didn't find it. It's important to use the proper terms. Abrasive. It's a fucking term, though. It's a fucking song. Trophy collector, thug. Regions. You could sell that swag to a... Ha! I might need a minute for this. Yeah, I got mixed up. Failed threats. Intimidated foe does not become hostile, so I got that one wrong. However, I did find something else that I really liked along the way, which was a dazzling display, which is something to work towards, I guess. It requires weapon focus, so we're going to go for weapon focus. On the sword, which gives us +1 attack. Which means she's effectively going to be pretty spooky with that thing. Oh, that's a 10 to hit on level 6. Not as good as like an actual like fighter who's probably got a little more going for him, but it's compensating for a baby quite nicely. It's not as good as an optimized individual. Well, we got a lot going for us. This lady could make you spooked. Nothing on dodge. Okay. Next feat, dazzling display. Just make everyone scared. It's a nice little feat, though. I really like that one. I think that's it. How about we just pick our powers and call it a day? When you're picking your powers, you want to be careful, because a lot of Sonic classes tend to have, like, oh, you only get a few. You get only a few, like a really small selection. And writing down your powers properly is pretty important. So let me put this over here. Powerless Dread. Put this over here. Let's start penning it down. We are a Dread. A level 6. How many do we know? We know 6 spells. 12. 15. There we go. 27. Oh, wow. That's some range. We can walk that in a turn, so... Okay. This conceal thoughts or reaction, or are you basically boned when it happens? It lasts an hour per level, though. So we're going to take conceal thoughts. What does it exactly do, though, is a good question. Conceal thoughts. Oh, plus 10. Oh, wow. That's actually really sensible. And plus 4 against anything. So we get that. The school. What kind of school is it? Because I always want to write this stuff down. It's telepathy. The duration is 1 hour level. Range is personnel. Oh no, it's close. We can hit ourselves, I guess. The save is will. The SR is yes. Level is it? It's level 0. It's one of the free talents we pick up. I like unearthly terror, like just shooting someone with a fucking spook in their head. Let's go with that one then. Level 0. We're gonna go with unearthly terror. Spookadude. It's T, fear, mind. It's also a network. It's close, will, and yes. There we go. Let's take a look at some of these other ones. So I already took this. I think we're going to go with Mind Thrust. It's a nice one. We're going to go with Deflect, Sidestep, like a lot of like maneuverability. Just pure survival skills. Things to make it out alive. Slumber's not a bad one, considering what she tends to do. Oh, I like that one. Lingering Touch, a little bit more powerful. Just a little bit of, like, forward power. Mind Thrust. She's already faster, so she could definitely outrun her foes. Let's start off with Mind Thrust. Mind Thrust is such a simple one. Mind Thrust is an augmentable ability. Every power point you spend, you deal so much more damage, and the DC goes up. Like, it's already a high DC, but Jiminy Cricket. Jiminy Cricket. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. It is telepathy. It is mind affecting. It is instant. It is a close range ability, so we can't go too far with it. But if we need to deliver a quick blow and our sword will not do, we'll just hit him with a mind thrust. It'll dazzle him. And depending on your GM, you can always have it like, I don't want to do damage, I just want to just completely make him go, whoa. You can do that. Like, ask your GM and try to work things out. Like, it's always fun when you have a power and it's like a little bit more flexible than you thought it was. Like, maybe they're not expecting. Like, the first time, you can instead of hurting them, you can just make them go, ugh! Ugh! So we got Deflect. Oh wait, that's a higher level one. That's one that we'll put in a little bit later. Let's focus on the other ones for now. So Slumber, putting people to sleep. Now this is an interesting one. So the 4 HD one kind of comes out of sleep. I think this is an old spell that people just never got rid of over time, because it just reads like one. And the reason I say that is, it's one of the few spells out there that is based on HD instead of like HP or anything. It's kind of weird. There's a couple of spells that do that, and I think they're mostly power word. It's just kind of weird that those things exist like this. So how long does it last? It lasts 1 minute per level. So it's going to last a while. 6 minutes of sleeping. as you may notice, a lot of will saves. So if anyone is strong-willed, like, again, that's kind of the idea. It's like she fights, maybe the fighter. Maybe the fighter's like the dude she decides to go after, who's a strong will save. It's like, ha-ha! Or maybe he's not afraid. I think fighters get, like, really strong will resistances against fear. How about we look that up? They get bravery. Yeah, they get bravery. They get a bunch of will saves. Okay, and they already have strong will saves. No, they don't. I thought they did. There's probably someone. Maybe there was. Still, surprised that it's not as strong as I thought it would be. Although I guess it almost lines up with the regular progression, sort of. It's doofy. Yeah, it almost lines up in a weird way. Okay, lingering touch. So, okay, any additional damage or effects not repeated. So it's only going to be the 1d6. Okay, so it's only going to be a 1d6 plus 1d6. So it's still a lot of damage. So no matter, you're gonna hurt. You're gonna hurt. You're just gonna be like, fuck. It's gonna hurt. We'll use that one for the power points it takes. So this is Psycho. Psy metabolism. It lasts 1 round. It is personnel, kid. It is a will. No, there's none. There's no will save. Because you're just hitting yourself. You're just smacking yourself across the cheek. That's 5 across the cheek, boy! Bleh. Okay, let's take a look at this one. Deflect. It is personnel, kid. It's Claire. I like this one. This is a neat one. Like, you can do some cool shit with that. Because if you get hit with something fierce, you can just be like, but you did not! I mean, 3 power points is pretty steep considering the class we're dealing with. We can do this 9 times, I guess. Sidestep. Which would be missed by melee attack. There we go. And finally, sustenance, which is a little bit more that way. Okay, so we got sustenance. There we go. This is Psy metabolism. It's instant. It's personal. So you can't do it for your friends. Your friends gotta sort themselves out. What a nice character. You can see where this character comes in. Just kind of fucks with people. Puts them to sleep. Gives them a good blasting. Generally speaking, someone very nasty to deal with. A +10 to bluff, though. Wow. That +10 to bluff, in case you don't know what that means, in an opposed roll, you need to have 7 in sense motive to even begin countering her. Because you can't roll higher, and critical successes don't exist. Neither do critical failures. So, I mean, the average of 10, you're gonna need at least 10 sense motive to get on her trail. That's awesome. That's something you can use, you know? That's something you can use as an angle. It's like a consistent character angle. But then, of course, the GM would put her in something where perception comes in, or something like that. Or where she needs to survive. Because that's what a survival kind of works, because she already got sustenance, so don't worry about that. As long as she can keep her power points up. Ah, it's the Anna song. I think that's good enough. I think that's good enough. For now, at least. What a nice way to set up characters. If I do another one, I'll do one on how I pick my magical items, how I handle that process. I do recommend... I know what I'm going to recommend. I think this character comes together nicely. This is someone, like, even as an NPC, this is going to be someone that that the GM's going to be like, this is an interesting character. This is something I can work with. Although the illusion DC doesn't come up, I think, because there's no illusion spells. Whoops! Hey! You know, you can sit there going, man, it's something to deal with. It's not going to be about fighting, like, avoiding combat or just making sure people don't want to fight. It's a whole trick in itself. Experience points can be earned in many ways, kids. Kids and cadets. Non-combat. With a sharp combat edge in case necessary. But otherwise, slick talker, going in for the kill. In the mental kill, at least. But why would she do it? Probably because she enjoys it. Like, again, the whole point is that she ran away, because, there you go. If I had to fit this in somewhere, I'd probably figure out a little bit more what I'm going to do with it. And where she's going to grow over time, but that tends to follow from the stories themselves. How she got here? Well, already got that worked out. Ready to roll.